And welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm going to be riding the King Bull Hunter 2.0 as you see it right there. And this is a class 3 e-bike. And today I want to talk about just who is riding e-bikes and how far are they riding. So that's what we're going to talk about today, some of the demographics. And maybe I'm a little bit nerdy, but I like checking out the numbers and who's riding and all that good stuff. I know companies are interested in this because they are targeting specific people that are into buying e-bikes. But I just like to see who's riding and how far are they riding on average. I think it's kind of interesting. And so here's what I found. So a few years ago, it showed that a good chunk of the riders were male riders 45 and over. So the 45 to 54, the 55 to 64, and the 65 plus. That age was dominating the e-bike industry as far as buying a bike and riding it. But now, and so 70% were male, 30% female. But the numbers now are changing. As we broaden out e-bike sales, and you know, it's widening quite a bit now. You know, the last few years it's starting to really pick up even more, and so it's changing the landscape as far as age goes to where now the ratio for gender is 59% male, 41% female. So the women riders out there are catching up pretty quickly here. And the other change is younger riders now. Like the 18 to 44 is starting to pick up. It's still dominated though, not quite dominated, but the majority is still the 45 and over groups. But it's starting to close. The gap is starting to close now though. But that's good, right? We want to see every age group should be able to ride an e-bike. It shouldn't be restricted for certain ages. And they're a lot of fun to ride. They can get you where you want to go rather quickly. And so they can accommodate a lot of people in a lot of ways. For whatever way you want to ride and use your e-bike, you can be accommodated by the e-bike for it. So whether it be just having fun on the e-bike, getting exercise, commuting to work, to the grocery store, to school, all of the above, they all fit. And I'm just pleasure riding and doing YouTube videos. So I get to enjoy the ride. And the other cool thing is I get to bring you along if you are interested in watching and listening to me yak away and ride an e-bike. But I do love the fact that I get to show you how cool an e-bike is. If you've never ridden one before, here's what you get. If you're riding on the road, this is what it looks like. Sharing the road with cars. I'm not riding like a maniac or anything. I'm just keeping it nice and easy here. This bike has a cadence sensor. I'm at pedal assist 3 going about 19 miles an hour. It's a nice easy pedal. I'm in the highest gear. It has 7 gears and I'm in gear 7. I always leave my bikes in the highest gear because my legs otherwise would be like a hamster on a hamster wheel going 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I don't need to be going that fast with my legs. So let's talk about the other one interesting number that I have too, is how far do people ride on average in a day? This may shock you. Now this is on average, right? So a lot of you guys that watch this channel, I'm sure, ride a lot further. I mean, I've had some people tell me they ride 40, 50 miles, you know, and so they're gonna laugh at this number, but so the average rider rides 5 to 10 miles a day. That's it. So what's interesting about this number, even if it was double that, 10 to 20 miles, what that says is that for most riders, or on average anyway, we'll say the average rider, if these numbers are pretty accurate, and I don't have reason to not believe them, it sounds like it might be pretty close, is that the average rider out there does not need a humongous battery on their bike. Now it's going to depend, but at that low mileage, 5 to 10 miles, it probably wouldn't matter, but where you're riding, how much weight you're carrying, and how big of a rider you are, and how heavy your bike is, all that's going to come into play. But the cool thing about this is, if you only ride 5 to 10 miles a day, don't worry about trying to get yourself a humongous battery or multiple batteries. You don't need them. Save yourself the money, because the cost of a battery is not cheap. They are pricey. I always say to folks when they talk about, well, how much is the bike, you know, and why is it so expensive? I say right away, figure about 40% of your price of your bike is that battery there. And that is the big value on your bike. The most expensive part of your bike is the battery. So just basically any bike out there, if you're only doing that kind of a ride, if you really are only going 5 to 10, and that sounds like you, miles a day, don't worry about trying to get yourself a big expensive battery. Just go for the battery that's on the bike. I don't know of any battery on any bike, to be honest with you, that can't go 5 to 10 miles, even if you are carrying some cargo and you're a bigger, heavier rider. So I would definitely not worry too much about buying a second battery. You don't need it. You might have a hilly area, because terrain will play a part, but if you're only going that distance, I don't think you have to worry about it. Where I am here, for the most part, where I've been riding, it's pretty flat. There's not a big issue with hills and stuff. Nothing like Oregon has there. When I was there, we had some serious hills. So yeah, that's great, because you don't have to worry about trying to get, you know, a big battery if that's the case. If you're only going to go 10, like I say, even 20 miles, the batteries they put on a bike, like this battery right here, I'll point down to it. That battery, there's a 15 amp hour battery. Well, if you're just riding around, even if you're throttling only, you're going to be able to go your 5 to 10 miles for sure, and even the 15 to 20 you'd be able to do. I would think. And I'm cruising around, like I say, in pedal assist 3, going about 19 miles an hour. And it can get you there and beyond if you're going even 20 miles. So I would definitely save the money, because batteries are expensive, as I say. You know, a battery like this one here, you're going to pay $400 to $600 for something like that. If you are on a terrain that's hilly, you're in an area that's hilly, the other thing you could look for is getting a higher voltage bike, which will give you more power. This is a 48 volt. You might be look for a 52 or 60, but then your price is going to go up for the higher voltage bike. So just keep that in mind. So basically, what I'm saying in this video is that e-bikes are hitting all ages. You can be 18 to 88 or beyond 88. You could be in your 90s as long as you can physically get on the bike and balance it. And even still, even if you can't balance it, you can get yourself on a trike. Those are very popular, especially amongst senior citizens, older riders, or those that have balancing issues. And so far, knock on wood, I don't have those issues. I am 60 years old myself, but you know, the day may come where I need a trike for balance, you know, and so there's definitely some nice ones out there, so I'm not too worried about that. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you're like me, a little bit of a nerd with numbers like that. And so if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to leave a comment on this or any other videos that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe, everyone, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.